Breathe. And enjoy life abundantly. Breathe.
You're forgiven for it, but that doesn't mean that there might not be a consequence.
Everything is washed away, good at the beginning, old and new.
You have to answer for what you've done.
The judgment of the believer's works.
This is my stuff. I love it. Say that again.
The judgment of the believer's works.
Judgment of the believer's works.
Not
So
sin.
the believer is going to be judged based off his works
It said things that he done in his body.
that he has done in his body, whether good or bad. Right? Okay. So Romans 3:25 says, let's go to 21. It says, but now the righteousness of God without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of God which is by faith of Jesus Christ unto all and upon all them that believe. For there is no difference, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus, whom God had set forth to be a propitiation through faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for the remissions of sins that are past, through the forbearance of God. Okay, so that's a mouthful. What does justification mean?
Just as if you didn't do anything.
Just as if you didn't do anything. You have been declared right with God. Justification, righteousness, the same thing. Righteousness means I have right standing with God. Go back to 2 Corinthians.
Verse what?
Verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, a house not made with hands, eternal in heavens. For in this we groan and earnestly desire to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven. So that's called glorification. That there's this new body and this glorified body was going to have. Baby, what kind of glorified body am I going to have? Jerry curl and abs. Jerry curl and abs. I'm going to have a Jerry curl. Remember Show Enough, Mom?
Show no.
Remember Show Enough from the Last Dragon?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Jerry curl.
Be like that.
I'm
I'm just saying that. I do understand. Y'all gonna be stacked, but
That's my desire, right?
oh, that's what you want.
Okay, let's stop right there at verse 2. Go to Romans 8. I'm gonna show y'all stuff. I'm going to put this together for you. Okay, it says, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate. So those of us he knew that were going to come, he had foreknowledge of those who were going to be saved, right?
Right.
He said, them he already did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn of many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. So, when we come back to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, and it says that we groan earnestly, desire to be clothed upon with our house, which is from heaven, it's saying that what Paul's saying is, I know that this wretched body is going to go away, and I'm going to be clothed with a new body. Why do we have to be clothed with a new body?
To get rid of all earthly stuff.
Right, because the flesh has been tainted.
Right.
What's saved? Is the flesh saved or is the soul saved?
Soul.
The soul saved. So the soul is something that's untangible by man, right? So because the soul saved, the flesh has to decay. It has to go away. So when we get to verse 10, what has been saved? What has been cleansed?
My soul.
Your soul. That's why Paul's saying that he desires to be clothed with this body. Because Paul even says, whenever I do good, evil is always present with me. Every time I try to set out to do something that's right, I can feel that evil's right there with me. my desire is to do good, but sometimes my desire goes the other way and I still want to do bad. And so because of these things, Paul identifies that he's saying, I know what I've done already. And even though I've been redeemed and I'm no longer guilty for these things, my mind still gets plagued by these things. But he knows that once he gets with Jesus,